Okay, you guys. I feel like it's our first sprint call in a while because last week we just got down to business and we worked on Black Friday. Also, who feels like Black Friday was a month ago and not a week ago? Like, what? What? So, I I'll be honest, it's hard sometimes to come up with like what am I going to coach on today, right? Like these are business builders who want to move forward in their businesses. And I started trying to think of all of the incredible ways I could impact your business in this month. And I was like, no, they've already heard that. No, they're already doing that. No, they know that. And I thought, what am I learning right now? Because I think the best thing that I can coach you on are the things that I am learning right now. And so I'm going to tell you a thought I had earlier this week. Um, and just kind of invite you in on like the messiness that is our brains. Okay. So here's the thought. Well, it's okay if we don't re-rank Sapphire this month. Seems totally innocent, right? Totally humble, totally not full of pride. It's okay if we don't re-rank Sapphire this month. We grew by 400 points last month. I wouldn't expect us to do that. That would be crazy. Nobody, I literally was saying these things to my coach, and she was like, I'm sorry, you're already bracing yourself to fall backwards? Like you're already preparing yourself to not move forward in your business. You're already mentally telling yourself and subconsciously your team, it's okay if we don't still keep move forward. And then she asked me a question, okay? And the question was, Tracy, is every single person on your team exactly where they want to be with Plexus? And I was like, hold up, Jennifer, I see where you're going here. I see it. And she was like, why in tarnation? She didn't say tarnation. That's me. She's from Utah. They don't use that there, I don't think. Rochelle's like, no, we don't. Um, what in tarnation are you doing? Bracing yourself to fall backwards with this month when you've just told me nobody on your team, nor are you where you want to be yet. Why would you mentally brace for impact, if you will, instead of using the momentum that you have, using all the gains that happened last month to keep helping more people and keep moving forward? And then she said this, she said, whatever you believe is going to happen, it's going to happen. And she said, so if you start talking like, it's okay if we don't re-rank Sapphire this month, it's okay if we fall back a little bit, I would expect to do that. She was like, guess what's going to happen? Your points are going to fall backwards. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to. And she was like, I know you love and you care about, and you are like lifting up your team to every growth that they can see. And she was like, are you willing to right now tell your team that you believe they're all going to fall back this month? And I was like, no, no. And I don't think they're going to. And she was like, so why can you not say, I believe we're going to see even more growth this month? And what we kind of discovered is one, self-preservation. If you expect to fail and you succeed, then you're pleasantly surprised. If you expect to succeed and you don't quite get there, you have to process through all of those emotions, right? And then there's also these other emotions of like, for me especially, pride is always right beside me. Okay. And so, what does that mean for my pride if I do continue to keep moving forward? Right? It's almost easier for me to like hit and fall backwards because then it's like, oh, then this is normal. This is normal. It's fine, right? It it makes me feel more relatable in a lot of ways. And she was like, Tracy, what do you want this month? And so this is the question to all of you. What do you want this month? Now, we talked a lot about wants versus needs in like the 10x versus 2x book. And her and I talked about that a little bit. And she was like, I think you're getting confused, Tracy, with you are good that you don't need to re-rank Sapphire this month. You don't need that type of like alcohol. You know what I'm saying? She was like, but you're actually basing all of your speak on what you do and don't need and not on what you want or don't want. And so she said, what do you want this month? And I said, I want to help my leaders grow. I want to help my team duplicate, and I want to help more people come in to this team and this business and this opportunity. I want to see growth. And she said, okay, what do you not want? And I said, I do not want to see anybody lose this month. I do not want to see anybody who had their highest points ever fall backwards. I do not want to see anybody give up on their goals. I do not want to see those things. And she was like, okay, so what is your statement for the month? And I was like, oh my gosh, Jennifer, we are growing forward towards diamond. And she was like, how does that feel? And I said, well, that feels like life. That feels like I don't even know what this month could hold. I can't even imagine what it could hold. That feels like literally raising everybody up to succeed this month. That feels like inviting more people in on everything that we're doing. That feels like stoking the flames of Michelle's fire and stoking the flames of Allie's fire and so on and so forth. Each of you, like that's what that feels like. And so this morning as I was sitting there, I was like, well, if I'm struggling with this, chances are somebody else has said the same thing inside their heads. And so here's what I want to do. I want to take 5 minutes and you can either drop it in the chat or you can unmute and speak it. What is the thing that you've told yourself this month, whether consciously or unconsciously, that is not growth minded, that is based on needs and not wants, and could possibly hold you back from achieving the goals that you do have this month?
Okay, I said we'll probably have a lot of pushbacks this month.
Hey, Michelle, can you predict the future?
No, dang it.
Yeah. How does a lot of pushbacks impact what you want?
It doesn't lead to growth. It it doesn't lead to excitement. It doesn't lead to results. Like people pushing back means they're not taking their stuff.
Do you think it's to prepare you for a point loss mentally?
Oh, absolutely. It's 100% that self-preservation and like don't get your hopes up too much.
So what's the truth?
There's so
What,
many truths I could say. Let's see. One of them is I can only control my order this month.
What do you want to see happen this month?
I want to see growth this month. I want to see more people sharing and more people helping people share.
Do you want to see Cami and Julie move forward in their businesses?
Absolutely.
Do you want to help Heather go silver?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how is that belief? There's going to be a bunch of pushback serving what you want and what you're working towards.
It doesn't. It's a thing that will keep me from taking action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I? Mine is similar, but at the same time, it's not. I too think there'll be a lot of pushbacks, not because they're not taking their products, but because Plexus had incredible savings over the last month. And so I'm expecting people to push back and not order. And I think it's okay to have that realistic, like, but not to let it get you down to motivate you, like, where am I going to find those points? Like, and finding new shares. Because I do think, I had people spending hundreds of more dollars last month. They're not going to do that this month. So I need to be prepared and finding other people to share and finding, and then I can't let my IPA slip in the middle of that because this would be a bad month to let that happen.
Yeah.
I agree with Julie. I've already looked at my subs and my subs are way down compared to last month and the previous month. But so far, I've been telling myself like that just has me set for like way better customer care this month and a higher enrollment goal this month.
That almost feels like strategy rather than scarcity when you talk about it from that, like, okay, so a lot of people ordered ahead. So maybe we need to make sure we have a team reset scheduled for January 1. That there's a strategy mindset that feels like growth, and then there's a scarcity mindset that feels like failure and lack.
Well, and like that you're a victim to it versus that we have control over what we can control, right? We can't control that people got stuff on sale. We can control that we help new people come in, and also all those happy people open their mouths because free reset continued. Yeah.
Well, and I spent a crap ton more in November, and I'm still going to order in December because I got extra stuff that I don't normally get. So, there's going to be people like me too.
Anybody else want to share? The thought maybe they've had that you're seeing now is like, ooh.
I'll share. Um, uh, the negative thoughts that have slipped in, is that what you're saying, right? Like, um, what if I don't re-rank to Ruby? Again, I went way beyond Ruby, so there's a good sense that I will re-rank again, but it will be a lie for me to say that the thought hasn't gone through my mind that what if, because retention is an issue in my team. And so how to help them with retention, you know, um, I think I need to find creative ways to help with that. So enrolling is awesome. But when I look at the whole chart and I see how many VIPs we really have that are blank, it kills me. But I can't control that. So how can I help retention for my level ones and even beyond, because that is where the issue really is. And to see them grow, right? Like some of these girls are like, gosh, if that retention was more than 50%, they will be much higher than where they are today. So I want to see my team grow. Obviously, I do want to see them succeed, and kind of scares me a little bit.
Mary, this is like the perfect tee into where I want to go next. But the question is, does focusing on whether you do or don't help your team grow?
No.
Right. You guys, I had a realization last week. And I know I've shared it with some of y'all. I don't know if I've shared it with all of you. And it was on the 28th of the month, Thanksgiving Day, right? I woke up about 100 points less than where I thought I would be. Okay, just based on what we typically see happen. And so in my head, I was like, okay, I think we're going to be about 40 people away from Sapphire when we wake up on the 28th. And the reality was we were about 70 away. And I started getting all these thoughts of like, what, where, what? And then it was also like Thanksgiving, And so I feel like the Lord gave me that holiday just as a gift because it made me keep my thoughts to myself a little bit. I didn't want to invite anybody else in on like that and make Michelle feel like that on Thanksgiving or make Allie feel like that on Thanksgiving, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I just was like, okay, I know you are calling me to just lay this down and wait till tomorrow. Lay this down and wait till tomorrow. And a really cool thing happened on Thanksgiving because multiple times throughout the day, I just got this like sick feeling in my stomach of like, what if we don't get there? Like, what if we don't get there? And I just heard the Holy Spirit say, Tracy, stop treating Sapphire like a moving target. He said, it's not moving. Sapphire is always going to be 3,000 pay points. It is like the most fixed target there is. So get your eyes off of this and help your team. Stop worrying about this because it's not going anywhere. And focus on helping people. Focus on helping people. And I feel like from Thursday to Saturday, probably 10 times a day, I would start looking up and just be reminded, this is not moving. It is fixed. This is what's moving. Go help your people. Go help your team. Go help a customer duplicate. Go help a customer help their husband get started, right? Like, go help people. Because if you're staring here and you're just striving, you're going to miss the things that are actually moving the needle forward. And I feel like there's a lesson in this for literally all of us because I mean, raise your hand if you've treated a rank like a moving target. And you're just like, how am I going to get it? How am I going to get it? Right? And it seems like it's just this variable that's moving. But in reality, it is fixed. Gold, it will always be 100 points. Senior gold, it will always be 250 points. Ruby will always be 500 points. Senior ruby will always be 750. Emerald, for those of you with emerald on your mind, it is not moving from 1,500 points. It will always and forevermore be 1,500. Sapphire is 3,000. Diamond is 4,500. Earning the cruise is 1,250 cruise credits. That number is not moving. Sweeping the cruise contest is 3,000 credits. Those are the fixed targets. And I think sometimes we treat the target like it's moving. And what we don't realize is that it's actually everything else moving the target is the fixed item. And so we spend so much time trying to grasp for the target that we miss just rising the tide. And I was telling this, I don't even know, you guys, so many conversations, but I feel like what we saw happen Friday and Saturday was everybody rising the tide. And then Saturday night, the boat had risen enough where I was like, boop, there's the target. It didn't move. It was always 3,000. It wasn't going to go anywhere, right? And so this is why mindset and reframing our thoughts is so important. Because if we focus too much on the target and we don't focus on rising the waters, which is your team, your duplication, your retention, your enrollments, your plus ones, you're leveraging your plus ones, your happy customers who refer a friend, right? Like that's how we rise the tide. It's helping your team succeed. It's helping your team grow. It's finding a team. It's building relationships with people so that you focus on the things that are actually moving, okay? And then it does this, and then, oh, look, Emerald. Oh, look, Senior Ruby. Oh, look, Senior Gold. I think what we see happen too often in this business is people just climb the rope by themselves to get to the target. And then they jump back in their boat that's way down here. And then what do they find themselves doing every single month? They're like, huh, let me try to get back up. They get it, drop back in their boat. And they don't focus on rising the tides, on adding more water. So where I want us to focus this month, and then I want interaction here. So get ready to unmute yourselves. Can we as a team focus and commit to helping the tides rise? Helping more people come into this community, helping more people get these products for themselves, helping more people. Heck, if they don't need the products for themselves, who could they get them for and gift this to for Christmas? Right? Like, can we commit to this growth mindset of where we were last month, you guys? It is not the top of the mountain. It was that the tides rose, and as a team, we achieved the next rank of Sapphire. So many of you, the tides rose and highest points ever. The tides rose, Mary Carmen and Ruby. So instead of treating it like you lassoed that goal and got it, and it was the peak of the mountaintop, you treat it like the tides rose, and now I need to be a good steward of that to keep the water rising. So the goal is there. It's not going anywhere. So what are the things we need to do as a team to focus on rising the tides rather than the scarcity surrounding what if I don't get back to where I was? How do we shift our focus?
I mean, I just see it like, pulling my sleeves up again and then just get to it. Olivia is super excited. I want to get her to gold. Diana, super excited. Senior silver, let's go. Who else? I'm here, and I've had this conversation with 2 business builders that have been saying they want to do this, and I'm here. Here are the things to do. I'm not gonna waste my time. I have a lot of energy for those that need it, and that's where I'm looking for new people. Like I'm really praying for new people, like Diana. Diana, I didn't know Diana 2 months ago. She's a stranger on the internet. She's a business
She's
builder
incredible,
today.
by the way.
What a blessing. Yeah.
She's
Like what? Are an answer prayer. So who else? There has to be more people in this city that want to do this with me.
And do you see how by taking your focus off of what if I don't get back to Ruby and you put it on I'm going to help Olivia go gold because she wants to go gold. I'm going to help Deanna go senior silver because she wants to go senior silver. I'm going to work towards my 4 and my 8 enrollments. You're totally shifting your focus from paralyzation of things you can't control to action of things that are actually like likely going to help you reachieve and move beyond Ruby even further. And this is where I just think a lot of people miss it in our industry. I think it's very easy for this to turn into an industry of mountains and valleys instead of like, let's just help more people. Knowing there are mountains and valleys, right? But not making them come because we expect them to be there. Does that make sense? So what are the other things we need to do as a team to focus less on that and more on growth in your own business, helping more people?
As
I
a
think
team, I think
one
we just
thing
need to
is like,
connect.
Oh,
go ahead, my card.
Sorry.
Oh, you go.
No, I just said that we need to be connected to the events that we have set for our own team and just get people in there, get them excited. Energy is contagious and we just need to keep going at it, especially this month when everybody's so busy.
That was actually like real similar to what I was going to say is like all of us kind of help each other fan the flame and shout out the things that we're celebrating. I don't know about you, but I got so excited when I would see like so-and-so enrolled this person, they enrolled 4, they enrolled it. Like that fuels the fire and then share things that are working. So I think that kind of energy is what helps us stay excited about it. So yeah, I'm with you, Mary Carmen.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, this month is a crazy busy month. So, like, as much pre-deciding and pre-planning as you can, so that way you take the like mental decision fatigue off of you. So that way you just get to like go execute what you already decided. So if that means like planning out your posts, planning out like who you're gonna reach out to. So when you sit down and you have that 20 or 30 minutes, like you are getting more done then because I'm a wing it kind of girl. That's my natural bend, but that doesn't work so well in these busy seasons. And so,
right.
what can I do this month knowing that to not be like victim to what I already know is going to happen? Like I act surprised. I should not be surprised. So,
Well, and Allie, to piggyback on that, I think it can work when it's just you, but if somebody else is trying to be hooked into you and it's like you're the moving target,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, whoa, whiplash, what are we doing? And so you guys, as constant as you can be, what I want you to remember is you are the constant for somebody. You are the thing that is going to help somebody else stay consistent this season. Like this is a call of leaders, right? Everybody in here. I was telling Jennifer, so Jennifer's my new Plexus coach. She's awesome. She's going to lead a call like on a Friday for us. Get ready. You think Allie's bubbly, like she real bubbly. So I know. I was like, you got energy beyond Allie Hostin. Wow. I know. I know. Not like competition, but like it just was like, whoa. And like intensity, but good. I was like, we have a call every Friday. And she was like, well, how many people are on? And I said, about 12 to 15. She was like, and who are these people? I was like, these are women who want to move forward in their businesses. Like they are not satisfied with where they are. They are willing to do the work and they want to move forward. And she was like, you have 15 people that you're coaching weekly that want to move forward in their business. And so just remember, this is what this call is. It is to help you move forward. Okay. So that's why I can say you are the constant for somebody. Your consistency during this season, oh my gosh, it matters. You posting consistently during this season, it matters. You doing your IPA consistently during this season, it matters. And even if you have to, not out of guilt or shame, but sometimes we just need to remember people who are with you in this are only ever going to do 50% of what you do. So it just hold your toes to the fire in that way. Your consistency, it matters. So know every morning when you wake up or the night before you go to bed, when are you working your business the next day? Okay. Or is it a day that you just know I can't do that today? Well, it happens. It happens that there's days where you're like, I'm not going to be able to do anything today. It is insane with parties, and we have a holiday shop at the school next week and all sorts of things. But I'm going to have to know that and plan for it. Because I'll be honest, we're 6 days into the month and I've done like half a day of IPA. So if that's you, you're not alone. It has been a whirlwind since the end of the month. And I'm so grateful I'm noticing it today so that I can make a change today and make that shift, because that's not what I want. I don't want to get to the end of the month and be like, "Oh my gosh, what happened? Where did December go?" Right? And so join me in saying today, like, we are leaders and how we show up, it matters. With consistency, plugging into community. If you're not on the holiday party Monday, guess what? Nobody on your team is going to be on the holiday party Monday. Who can you invite to come to the huddle Monday? It's going to be fun. We're going to have games. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to, everybody's got their little mug exchange already, right? We're going to have fun. Bring people in. We're going to do trivia. It's going to be fun. But if you're not there and present, you can't plug people in and bring them along for the ride. Thursday night events. Important if you can be on. Because again, if you're not on, nobody on your team is going to be on. None of the prospects on your team are going to be on. Really important things. Carving out the time, knowing what's coming and plugging in where you can, or knowing you're not going to be able to, communicating all of the things, right? What type of, like, I just want to talk this out now because we have like 20 minutes. What type of, how are you leading out in your teams to help more people find consistency sharing in the holidays?
I'll share.
Do.
So something that was revealed on my coaching call is that I didn't feel like I could come to anyone and say that I did my IPA unless I had filled out my little daily task thing completely and perfectly. So if I did not do that, I could not tell anyone on my team that I did, to encourage them to go do theirs. So we decided that's horse hockey, because there's a lot of days where none of us do it perfectly. And some days we do more than what's on the sheet, and some days we do a portion of what's on the sheet. But what matters is that we're showing up and we're taking action. So I vulnerably came to my team and said, "Hey, I'm really sorry that I've, in my mind, without even realizing it, led you out of a place of all or nothing. And if I'm not perfectly showing up, neither can you. So we're going to show up because it doesn't have to be 5 messages to Bold Business Asks, all your birthdays, follow-ups, and invite to an event for you to be able to say, I showed up." So that's giving me freedom to share what I did do and to cheer on people for what they did. And so hopefully people will be like, "Oh, hey, I did open 2 new doors." And we can be like, "Yes, you did." And not be like, "Well, I didn't do all of it, so today was a wash."
Yeah.
So
Well, and Allie, on that, I think one of the most helpful things, and you guys do this in your own chat threads, do this in Wellness Warriors, wherever you want to, if you get your IPA done and you used a certain message to open doors, and it felt good and life-giving, you guys just share it. I used this message to send to people who'd seen my stories today, and I opened 10 new doors. Thought somebody else might could use the same message. Bloop. I think anything like the shout outs and the celebrations, of course, but anything, I think that's what made the last few days of the month so powerful was those simple daily tasks. Now, I'm not going to do that every day this month, right? But coming in and just like Cami, if you get your iPad and you're like, this might could help Lori. Hey, Lori, I made this story, and anybody who saw it, I sent this message. Think you could do that? That's you showing up as a leader and inviting somebody else in to find success, right? And you can do this in your own little teams. You can do this in Wellness Warrior Hope Shares. You can do this in Wellness Warrior Leaders. It doesn't really matter, but I think when you realize that you showing up matters, that's when you actually start showing up. And you actually start, just like Ali said, realizing perfection's not the goal. Impacting people is. It is. Did you connect with people today? Did you talk to people wherever you were? Did you talk to moms at school drop off or pickup? Did you talk to the moms at dance class? Did you talk to people at jujitsu? Did you, right? Whatever it is. Did you give people who are open to sharing a step? If you can shift the focus from perfection and striving to just impacting more people, you guys, and then beyond that, we have our monthly build goal sheet. At this point in the month, if you don't know yet what your goal is for personally commission qualified, you need to know it. You need to have a plan, even with, like Hunter said, the people who order each month from me, it fluctuates. It fluctuates big. I'm going to be honest. The number of commission qualified I have doesn't typically fluctuate, but who is combining to equal that number fluctuates. So my neighbor came to the Sip and Simmer last night. Elise just placed her order this morning for the month. Well, Elise orders like every few months. So like that felt like a win, right? She just ordered and there's somebody who else is going to push back. 3 of my customers from last month who ordered at the end of the month pushed their orders forward already because they're going out of town and they wanted their products in time. Who do you need to message and say, hey, do you want to get your order in early this month? Because I know you're probably traveling or have family come in town and I don't want you to miss out on your products. Y'all see how you can, if you know what you're working towards. You guys, what you're working towards, it's not the moving target. I'm working towards 45 commission qualified level 1s. All month long, I'm going to be working towards 45 commission qualified level 1s. I'm going to be getting creative. I may even run a couple, like I loved the Friday specials from Plexus. I may run some of my own. $10 off a bag of Restore, $10 off a bag of Slim for current customers, right? I may do some things like that, working to achieve the goals that I have. Not a moving target. I'm working towards 4 enrollments before the 15th of the month. 8 enrollments before the end of the month. Not a moving target. We're working to grow in points as a team. All the moving pieces are people. And people are messy. And people are unpredictable. And people cause all sorts of feelings of inferiority without them even knowing it, right? Did they respond? Are they getting back to me? Are they what, right? That's the moving target, if you will. And so I think what we wind up doing is we focus on the numbers and the goals because that feels easier and less messy. Numbers can't talk back to you. Although they have their own way of making us feel all the things, right? But we treat that like a moving target because it's easier than the actually acknowledging, like, I can't control Cami. Right? Like, y'all, in case you missed it, Cami didn't even have a valid driver's license. So I definitely, I'm so sorry.
My kids were like, what would have happened if you got pulled over? Would you have gone to jail? And we're like, yeah, that would have. Could
Jason
have.
did a spot
I mean,
bail.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. But like, I can't control that. I can't
That's a new
control.
one.
Yeah,
Alexis
Hunter.
paid for my bail this month.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. But like, we focus here because this is really sticky and hard and we don't know what's going to happen. Like, I mean, you guys, I know Allie has a new share and it's like holding it loosely and helping and serving. And we don't even really know her. So we don't know what to predict or what to, like Allie and I've had all these conversations of like, well, we can't really have any expectations because we actually don't know her. So let's just hope for the best and help her. But like, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with my friend Mary, who we sat and we came up with a plan, you guys. I asked her, and I'm going to share this with y'all because you probably have people like this. I asked her what felt hard for her, and she said she just didn't know what to post and when. And you know what I did, Chelsea? I was like, oh, I feel like Chelsea told me this like 2 years ago. And you know what we did is we came up with Testimony Tuesday, Product Spotlight Friday, and like Share a Win Sunday. And so we came up with the same plan. And Mary's posted twice this week, y'all. But I can't control that, right? Like I can help, but I can't control. So focus more on serving and lifting up and casting more nets. I want everybody to be working to develop 3 new shares this month, not just one, because one feels like somebody's gonna give you an inkling and you're gonna be like, you're just gonna be like, oh, yes. Gary said maybe. And then you're gonna obsess. So 3 keeps you diverse, right? It keeps you constantly looking. It keeps you constantly serving and asking yourself, if I wanted to help 3 new people share, what would I need to do? How would I need to show up? What questions would I need to ask? How would I need to model customer care? What would I need to do differently? How would I need to leverage anybody who added a +1 last month? I have a couple people who added a +1 last month. Like, I need to leverage that and talk to them about this month. Hey, you did this. Would you want to do this? And I could help you, right? So focus on the people, focus on yourself being consistent, and know that like this, it will come when this rises. That's all I got. Questions, thoughts, inspirations.
Okay, I will share really quick because Cami said, Michelle, you should share. All of us on my team, like we are looking to help others share. Duplication is our thing. And so we're doing a shout out challenge for the weekend. And it's based on just a really quick phrase like feeling better, one pink drink at a time, asking our customers to share that with a pink drink selfie and entering anyone who does that into a drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card. Like it's just fun. It's fun. They get something, we get something. And then within our Rising Leaders group, like it's going to be a showdown. It's going to be how many people can you get to shout you out? And whoever wins that gets a gift card. Like it's just going to be fun. And I think that's been the thing. Like the whole end of November, like that was just so fun. And everyone was excited. And even just being on our call this morning, like all of it was just so, yeah, Cam, there was so much competitiveness on that call. It was hilarious. But what that does is it just kind of, it makes it fun and it makes it like, yeah, it just does all the things. So that felt good.
I
I'm
love
going to need you
that.
to share all of that, Michelle, what you're asking your people with. And I already wrote it to do on Monday. So you just share it on that because that's brilliant, is what
Oh,
that
and
is.
Julie made a great graphic to send to them so that they know exactly what to do. And
Love.
then I just made the post and tagged like Cami, Rachel, Taylor, Julie,
Saw
all
that. I
of
was like, what's happening over there? Is Cami feeling uninspired? So she borrowed Michelle's. And then I was like, oh, this makes more sense.
it makes more sense.
Hey,
Yep.
Allie, it's only 1:30 on a Friday. Like
Yeah.
if we're gonna do it on the weekend, we could still do it this
Rochelle's
weekend.
like, bring it on. I got this.
We can flood the whole internet with Pink
Let's
Drinks
do it.
Coffee.
Let's go. Okay. Share, friends. And then we execute. We will execute.
Yeah. So fun.
I like this because I think it just I don't know, that's what I was thinking while you were talking, Tracy, too, is it's just a creative way to me, that feels like I wouldn't hesitate to send that to my customers because it's fun. It's like, I'm not asking you to do a business with me.
Yeah.
And I think when you said this several months back, and I don't remember where it was, but it was kind of like, I think for me, I get in my mind, like, I am looking for people who want to build a business with me, but I can't necessarily go to them and go, hey, do you want to build a business with me? And that's where I think I get hung up, is like, and even like you said, Allie, with like what I can get done in a day. And like, I need to go to Laurie and I need to say, hey, let's do our IPA together today, instead of, not to say that's not a good thing to do, but like, what if I'm like, hey, send this quick message to 4 people? Like, that is still helping people share, like small little things here and there, different things maybe to different people. But I think that's been big for me, is trying to just open myself up, like me be able to see a big picture, but give them a small task to that, not the whole thing, which we all know I'm really good at, just word vomiting all of the things to people.
Yeah, and Cami, I mean, I feel like one of the constant themes that God is still trying to teach me is one of the hardest things we're ever going to do in this business is leading people who aren't like us. Like trying to help people who aren't like us. I mean, Michelle is not like me. Allie is not like me. Kelly, Chelsea, you guys aren't like me. Kim is not like me, right? Like, we're all different. And so knowing, like Cami, just from this example, knowing Lori is busy. She's a busy mom. She's got a business of her own. You serving her does look like, hey, here's a message I sent to 4 of my friends from high school today. Can you think of 4 friends from high school you haven't told about Plexus yet? Hey, here's a message I sent to everybody who saw this story. Can you post this story and then tonight look and see who's seen it and send this message? You guys, sometimes it looks like people becoming business builders right off the bat. That does happen. I don't want to downplay that. Other times it looks like drawing the best out of people who you don't know what their story is going to be with Plexus. I know Chelsea had a couple of +1s last month. Could you help some of them add a +2 this month? You know, like, have you told those +1s about the 3 paths and seeing if any of them are open to inviting other people, right? It's getting creative out of service and understanding my goal here is to help more people. We all want business builders. We all want those people. You hear the stories, right? Y'all, like you saw Mary Carmen. She decided to do this business and she just kind of understood the assignment from the first day. She'd been a business owner before. She'd done network marketing before. She understood the assignment and took off running. That's not going to be the story most of the time. Most of the time, it's going to be people who are open to helping people, who have no idea what they're doing. They don't think they could ever really do something like this. And you're going to be giving them little pieces of food here and there, hosting an event for them, asking them to make a post. And then one day, and this is what happened earlier this week, for the first time ever, I messaged my level 1s like, I have some coaching spots open. And Mary Madison was like, signed up. And I was like, for a coaching spot. Who knew? She's never done that before. And we got on Zoom, and y'all, like, something has shifted. Maybe it's desire, maybe it's understanding really what this is gonna take. Maybe it's fully releasing the businesses she'd done in the past that she was kind of holding on to a little bit. I don't actually know. But what I do know is that my job is to just help her. My job's to help her, to see her, to love her, to encourage her, and to literally like boost her. Like, if you're a cheerleader, like, she's the flyer and I'm the base. I'm the firm foundation who's not going to drop her on her head. I did get dropped on my head once in high school and it was terrible. Did not have a firm foundation, but I was a flyer. And after that moment, I was a base. It's like, this is not happening anymore. That's who you are. You just get to like raise them up and make them look good. And you know, Mary Carmen, Deanna, I think she will go senior silver this month. And it's going to be because you are constantly like this. And then when she goes senior silver, is everybody going to be like, oh my gosh, Mary Carmen, you were such an incredible foundation. Look what you did for her. No. What are they going to say? Deanna, look at you. Look at what you did. And you're going to be like, because I'm all about that base, about that base. That's what you're going to be. I was the base. She's getting all the celebration. But we all here, we all know that any celebration for anybody on our teams, you guys, it's because they had a solid foundation. We want to be the wind under their wings. Just like when Allie re-ranks Emerald, when Michelle goes Emerald, nobody's going to be like, look at Tracy. They're going to be like, look at Allie. Look at Michelle. Look at Mary Carmen. Cami went Ruby. Look at Cami. They're not going to be like, yeah, Cami went Ruby, but did you know about Michelle? No. But Michelle's going to be right there, like, blowing wind under Cami's wings. Like, go, fly, fly, fly. Yeah, exactly. Hoo, 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 hoo. Like, this is our job. It is to raise other people up, to make people believe they can do more than they ever thought possible, and to draw the best out of everybody. For some people, that will look like a +1. For some people, that will look like silver. For some people, that will look like fast start gold. We don't get to decide the outcome. But when you realize that those targets, they are not moving, they're stationary, then you can actually focus on the things that are moving, and that's the people. So this month, let's focus on the people. Let's focus on community, doing things together, being solid in our own efforts, and inviting people into what we're already doing. The thing that we have that makes us unique in all of Plexus is this. It's this. And I hear it over and over and over again. How do you have the community that you have? How did you create a community of people who actually want to work? How? I am by myself. Emeralds, sapphires, diamonds, I have nobody. I'm working by myself. And I'm like, sister, it starts with you inviting people in. It starts with you realizing that all of these targets are not moving. The people are moving. And if you can focus there and give them value, you guys, my vision is that one day, like, there are more of these communities in Wellness Warrior that just like bud out from where we are. Like, it's not that this would be a fixed community. It's that one day Michelle and Julie would see the need to be like, man, like, we're going to have to start our own thing. Like, this is just, it's growing, right? and that more people, like there would be place for more people always. So I'm going to pray for us and then we're going to go. I'm going to hop on. Kelly, are we coaching? Yes. Yes. Awesome. I'm going to hop on a coaching call. But you guys just know this. It matters. You showing up, you being a part of the community, you helping your people, it matters. Not to make you feel guilty when you don't, but to remind you on the hard days, it matters. Reframe your thoughts because we are all moving forward. Nobody is yet where they want to be. Because if we were all where we wanted to be, how could we invite more people in on this with us? Right? Okay, I'm going to pray for us and then we're going to go. Lord God, we just thank you so much for this community. My goodness, what a blessing it has been to me. And I know everybody here. And I just pray as we head into the weekend and the week ahead that you would help us lay down thoughts that are just not serving us, not helping more people, maybe self-preservatory, that you would just help us lay those down so that we can see what you have for us, the growth, the inviting more people in, the helping more people succeed, the helping more people in their health, that we would be able to do that with an abundance mindset, not knowing the outcome, but knowing that we are helping people every step of the way. I pray for those who can't be with us today, that you would be with them wherever they are. And we just thank you for all the good that you have given us. Man, we are so, so grateful. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, y'all. And break.